It's weird. I usually do clip-on joints, man. It's I gotta stay stationary. I like to move around.
You're a little too far out of frame. Camera one. Yeah, we
So,
can. Are you more
Adjust
comfortable
that
with it?
jump, man. Get that jump right, man. We about to turn up, man, in this jump, man. You hear me?
Bang, bang.
Man, we about to go and chop it up in this jump, man. You hear me? A lot of questions they want to answer. You know what I'm talking about?
What's
Big facts.
What's the? I think I know the number one question.
The number one question.
Number one question is you still fucking with Baby, right?
Absolutely, man. You see, I got the Rich Gang. You know what I'm saying? Collection on, like the exclusive, you know what I'm saying? New Rich Gang joint on, you hear me? So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people be want to know, like, of course I mess with her, man. Like, that's nigga raised me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's, you know what I'm saying? Saved my life with this music shit, man. Like, that goes without saying, you know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, we been through everything that we done been through, and you know we done had our discrepancies, and you know what I mean? But this shit deeper than rap, man. You hear me?
It's like a family thing, right?
Nah, big facts.
But
Big
you
facts.
know, it be like for the people that's been following you for like years. I think you did an interview a long time ago. You said when your pops had passed away,
Exactly.
Birdman stepped in,
Facts.
and then we saw the success. We saw the Hot Boys. You know what I mean? New York, we didn't completely understand it, but we loved what y'all was doing to the bitches.
Nah.
We loved the effect on the women. You know what I'm saying? We loved what was happening. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, real go recognize real, the street stuff, the hustle, all that. At what point though, like if you used to take me through the timeline, when did things go left with you and Baby?
Probably like in maybe 2001, 2002. You know what I mean? Like, you know, things kind of went left. You know what I mean? Like,
This was after I think
this
it was the Rough
was
Riders?
after like the Cash Money Rough Riders tour.
Right.
You know what I mean? This was this was during the time that, you know, we just was at the height, you know, of everything, you know what I mean? Just, you know, selling millions and millions of records and, you know, doing these big tours and, you know, just, man, everything that we was accomplishing and you know, all the success, you know, that we was having, and, you know, things just went left. You know what I mean? We was having some financial discrepancies.
How does the rumbling start, right? Because I gotta imagine you having the time of your life. You performing your records, everybody's singing them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Women are going crazy. You got money. You got the jewelry. You got the shine.
Right.
Every place you go, it seems like you're just being welcomed by everybody.
Nah, facts.
Where does the seeds of wait, something might be wrong? Where does that start at?
I mean, well, you know, you always have people, you know, around you, you know, that's not even really all the way, you know, in it, or don't even understand, you know, the business, that, you know, just have they ulterior motives, right? You know what I mean? That's just, you know, dropping little bugs in your ear and, you know, trying to tell you, you know, that you getting played, or, you know, you getting messed over, or, damn, man, like, you know, why he got 50 calls and you got 5, or you know, why is it this and not that? You know what I mean? And you know, man, yeah, it just was a lot of, you know what I mean? That was being dropped, you know, in my bucket and just, you know what I mean? Like and then, you know, the drugs, you know, wasn't making it no better. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just looking, and it just came to a point where I was looking around like, damn, man, like, was really going on. You know what I mean? And then I'm reading, you know, interviews and magazines and saying like stuff where it's saying like, you know, the Cash Money Rough Rider, we was doing it for the love of the music. You know, we was doing it for New Orleans. You know, just putting on for our city. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, then we got the $30 million deal. You know what I mean? And you know, we did the movie, and you know, we was doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. Like, you know, and things just was happening so fast. And it, like I said, it just got, you know, to a point where I just was like, damn, man, like all this work, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it just wasn't, and don't get me wrong, it's not like, you know, I wasn't eating or, you know, I wasn't, you know, buying this and buying that and, you know, taking care of my family and, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, just, but it just, I'm like, man, where is the soul up, man? Shit just wasn't adding up in my eyes.
Okay, so
You know what I
it was
mean?
Hot Boy-
And
you had the Hot Boy movies, you had the tours, you had 3 albums that you put out. Looking at your back,
I mean,
bank
I
account
had
back
like,
then,
at this point, I had like 6 albums
6 albums.
that I had them put out. You
And
know what I
You
mean?
incorporate the collaborate.
Nah, the BG True Story, the Chopper City, It's All On You Volume 1, It's All On You Volume 2, Chopper City in the Ghetto, Checkmate, you know, Guerrilla Warfare, Get It How You Live, with the Hot Boys.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the move, like you know what I mean? Like I had a body of work even before the deal that was already, you know, super solidified where, you know, I was doing numbers like, you know, 200,000, 300,000. And back then, you know, independently, we running it through Southwest, like distribution, like, and you know, back then,
That's
you know
a
what I'm
lot.
saying?
That's
Like,
a lot of money.
yeah, what? Come on,
That's a
man.
lot of
You heard
money.
me? I'm talking about,
You
come
paying
on,
at least
man.
$20 a CD.
Yeah,
Think about that.
like, I'm talking about,
You selling
man,
hundreds of
listen,
thousands.
you feel me? So, but like I say, I was young, you know, and you know, man, Stunner always was like, you know, what's mine is yours, you know, what's yours is mine, you know, and you know, I was his little BG, like I was his little son, so you know, I used to always be like, man, you hold it. You know what I'm saying? Like just hold it for me. You know what I'm saying? When I need somebody, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and you know, it just came, you know, to a point where I was like, well, man, hold up, man. You know what I'm saying? I could hold it myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, you know, I could go to him and, man, I need 50, you know, or I need 100.
So now I
You know what I'm
gotta
saying? Or, you know, I need you know what I'm saying? Like, I need this, I need that. You know, I got about 300 in the shoebox.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In the closet. Like,
I gotta ask, because you know, you went through these issues. Well, publicly, we saw you go through issues with Baby. We saw Wayne go through them. We heard rumblings and other crew members and them saying the things. Is that why y'all kept leaving them on stage during the tour? we all trying to figure out.
nah, bro, some of that was like AI, man. Some of that was some bullshit, man. Like, that wasn't,
AI.
bro. And I'm gonna just clean that up, you know, right here, right now, man. Baby was not sleep on stage, man. You heard me? Like, we just gonna get that out the way. You know what I'm saying?
That didn't happen.
The homie was looking at the teleprompter, and you know when you do them big arena dates, right? You
Right.
know, and
got the
even
little
if you
TV
got a
joint.
nice show
Right.
and a long show, right? So you gonna have the songs and the lineup, you know, taped to the floor so you could know what's coming up next, so you could set the song up properly, right? And it was a big timer segment of the show, you know, that was coming up. So he was looking down to you know, see where we was going next, so you know he could be on point. And I just think he got caught, you know, from a bad angle, bro. You heard me? And you know they rolled the big homie out, man. Like, but we got a good laugh about it. You
Right.
know, we joked off it. Like, it was all fun. It was all games. It ain't do nothing for real, but you know, hype it up, you know, for the next one. And the show still been selling out.
So,
you know what I mean?
Like, and I bet it is. I bet it is. Cause people seeing certain things like, all right, so we saw Wayne cut him off.
Hey, but for real, like, so, you know, when you doing them arenas like that, right?
Right.
You know, you be having a hard shutdown time. You know. You be if you said like he was just cutting him off just on no disrespectful shit or nothing like that. It was like, man, he was trying to beat these last 20 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Get
That
the
he I got my two little BGs, you know what I'm saying? Cause one of my sons in the feds, he be home in about a year, you know what I'm saying? Free TY, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then I got my son, little dude, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got him, you know, working in the studio and putting the project together. And then I got my son, you know, TY, who about to touch down. But then I got my eyes on my little man, Killer, man, from Texas. You know what I'm saying? He about to come home soon. I'ma sign him. And then, man, it's a young and upcoming artist from New Orleans, you know what I'm saying, named Junior Montana, you know what I'm saying, that's doing his thing, you know what I mean, and putting on for the city, you know what I mean, and if don't nobody sign him soon, I'm definitely, you know, going to get him and sign him. And then, you know, it's this little female, you know, that I got my eyes on, you know what I mean, who doing her thing that I want to sign, man. I want to be like the
You ain't gonna
next.
say her name. You ain't gonna say her name.
Nah, I ain't
not
gonna
yet.
say her name
Not
yet.
yet.
You heard me?
She
But
said I approve it.
yeah, big
She said I
facts,
approve it.
big facts. But you know, I want to be like the next, you know, Cash Money or No Limit or CMG or, you know, 1017 or, you know, QC or, you know, Rap a Lot or, you know what I mean?
Right.
Suave, like I want Chopper City and my whole movement, you know, to be, you know what I mean, like that next, you know, brand and just label, you know, from the South that just create, you know, opportunities for young and up and comers, man. And I feel like, you know, I got the cachet, you know, the swag, the stamp, the everything, you know, to make that happen. And that's pretty much what my goal is, man.
What are you looking for in artists? Like, would you sign like a conscious rapper? Would you sign like
Absolutely,
a gospel rapper?
absolutely.
What's the criteria for Chopper City Records?
Man, I mean, just hard work and dedication and discipline, like and just understanding that it's not gonna happen overnight. You know what I mean? Like you gotta really, you know, you gotta put the work in. You know what I mean? And you gotta be willing, you know, to listen for real. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out there, you know, and a lot of these youngsters, they feel like, you know, they know it all, you know what I'm saying? And they got all the answers. Where if you knew it all and had all the answers, then you'll be on already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have been popped off already. Right. Like you don't need me. You know what I mean? But you know, just being, you know, ready to, you know what I mean? And knowing like nigga ain't trying to eat off you, motherfucker trying to eat with you. You know what I mean? So, you know, just having a level of understanding, you know what I mean, and a work ethic, you know what I'm saying? Like that's cause man, the money gonna come, man. You know what I mean? Right. But you know, you gotta be willing to put the work in, man. You know what I mean?
Seeing what you went through with Baby, what would you do different with your artists? So that you don't run into those hiccups, that Baby used to keep you high so that he could just take your money.
Man, listen, nah.
You know what I'm saying? How do you prevent that type of shit from?
Hey.
Next one. How you prevent your cancer?
Kill your life.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up.